Right Usable Book 3, Original Course 2, The Reflection Lost Will Has to Give. Dedicated to red in all of its manifestations. Introduction. I have given 2 books previous to this one, and it is my feeling that it is not possible to understand this one unless you have read the others. If you are the sort of reader who skips the introduction, you will not find everything you need, so now is a good time to change that habit. There are a lot of things moving on Earth right now, and a lot more are going to move. If you want to move with it, do not hold back the feelings you need to allow now. Feelings give movement to creation. Without feelings, there is no desire, and without desire, vibration would stop. Vibration is life, and so it follows that you must have desire to have life. There is no reason on earth that spiritual teachers should instruct you to let go of desire, except that they are holding old images of me that do not know how to live and are readying you for death while telling you it is life everlasting they are readying you for instead. If you cannot allow desire to lead you into pleasant experiences, you may be holding yourself for hell without realizing it. Desire has been told by guilt that it is not possible to both feel good and be good, especially where sexual energy is involved. Love has intent to be good and does not need a guilty conscience telling it that it is not being good enough. Guilt criticizes without giving forth a feeling of love towards those it is criticizing. Guilt is God in my place on earth right now and needs to move out so that my light can move in. You need to allow your magnetic centers to move so they can release the guilt they are holding present and allow my light to come in. You have been seeing what guilt does when you hold it present, but you have not recognized it. I'm giving you the understandings you need now to recognize guilt and to be able to let go of it if you so choose. If you choose guilt over me, you need to know what that choice means for you also. So I have done my job of letting you know what is going to happen in my absence. Formally, I have allowed guilt to coexist with me, but no more. Guilt is not loving, and I have decided that I can no longer tolerate unloving presence in my creation. This statement of mine is going to terrify many people who aren't sure they have the ability to tell the difference between love and guilt, or to love without guilt telling them how they should do it. Many others who see that this understanding is right will meet their terror when they try to practice moving guilt out of their lives. Most people cannot fully understand what guilt is unless they receive the understandings I'm giving now. Guilt can be such a subtle thing that it is not possible to know all the forms it can take without feeling the lost will that needs to move now. This book is subtitled The Reflection Lost Will Has to Give, because the first step is to see it. You need my help because although you have been seeing it, you have not recognized what you have been seeing. Some have already pointed out reflections of the self in others. And some have said that the things most denied in a self are the things most hated in others. I want you to look at this more deeply now. Recognition of the problem needs also understanding of how to heal it, so you don't have to continue to face the reflection you are now facing on earth. I have given these understandings in many ways that have not gotten across to you, and so I have to insist that you do not let yourself read past any point that triggers you or stirs even the slightest emotion. When you feel anything, put the book down, go into your feelings, and allow as much movement as you can. Do not allow talking about feelings to control you here. Allow breathing changes and noises. Allow body to respond to what is happening with whatever movements it needs to make. Give it more emotional movement than you have in the past. It is the holding patterns in the magnetic or emotional body that are not allowing this understanding to penetrate deeply enough to make the vibrational changes that can alter the ways you are living and dying. It is not possible anymore to let you go on as you are. The high-tech replacement of the will is only going to give you a little time in which to heal this. And if you do not move when you can, it will be much more difficult later. You are the one deciding how much pressure you need to move by how much you resist the movement. I do want to repeat that this does not mean that you need to be pressuring others because you are afraid they are not healing themselves or allowing you to heal. I would like to get this understanding across now. Others are not going to take kindly to pressuring from you if you have not first moved in you what you feel needs movement in them. So many times I have felt that I sound like I'm almost contradicting myself in my attempts to explain this without having my explanations look like rules. You cannot take the form of what I have given in one situation and seek to apply it in a situation where it doesn't apply. You must have a feeling for the essence of the situation. If not, it does not matter what approach I take. You will not get the understandings involved. The understandings to have present with you now is that it is not possible to give you a rule for every situation you are going to meet, nor would it be desirable. That's why I have given you will instead. In the next part of the story, you are going to see how following my example, and sometimes trying not to follow my example, gave you the misunderstanding you need to heal now. Most people are so laden with additional misunderstandings because they did not understand the example I was trying to give, or try to make the example fit situations in which it did not apply. Please, open to receive what I am giving now.